Alrighty, Marty here with your Saturday morning cartoon, No Man's Sky Permadeath, which was originally No Starter Ship Challenge and has evolved because our intrepid stellar adventurer has found a ship and has begun the process of continuing the gameplay. So let's have a little quick wave there for everybody. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So, alrighty, let's get on with it. Our challenge here this morning is to just build out the base a little bit. Don't even know where the door is here this morning. Wow. Looks like we've built something close to a minor settlement, which is kind of handy. That looks like my original ship over there. Just going to take a quick look. Or maybe not. No, it's not. Yeah. I think the original ship that our explorer found here was a hauler, a cargo hauler. This is obviously a shuttle. To me, it's obvious. I'm not sure it's obvious to you. Uh, it's kind of compact, which is nice. So let's go. Okay, we have things to do, places to be, places to go. So without further ado, we're just going to grab a look at our inventory and see where we are. So we're still woefully lacking in inventory space. Our ship is fairly well equipped, I guess. We've transferred everything pretty much over to the technology section, and we have an empty slot here. What's he trying to tell me here with this flashing slot? Let's see. Ship out of range. Well, okay. So this tells me that it's trying to tell me something, but it can't really say anything. It's like a secret, or I don't know. Whatever. Um, let's go over by the ship and find out what's going on here. So we have our save beacon there. We have our construction research unit. So this is basically to research various things. The most useful thing I could research now would be this battery. However, I need 3 salvaged data for that. I can pick that up on the ground pretty much anywhere. Let's see if I do a quick scan mode on my visor here. It'll tell me what resources are in the immediate vicinity. And let's see, there's a piece of buried technology over there. It's a little piece away there, 366 U, which is probably equivalent to meters. 150 is a lot closer. So I'm just going to go over and grab that quickly. And what do we got here? We have a rhinobulium or something like that. Slow grazer gives you wild milk. So, wow, lots of animals over there. Holy crap. I think some of them are flying creatures. Regardless, just going to make our way over here, trying not to die, which would really suck at this point. I mean, got a little bit of time invested in this cartoon here, right? So, Dave UK. Hey, welcome to the stream, Dave. Hope you enjoy this couple hours of endless fun here. I don't even know if I have the right tools to dig in the ground here. I need a terrain manipulator. Alrighty. All right, let's go. Mining beam to terrain manipulator. There is my technology 1. Oh, you're only going to... Oh, no, you're going to give me 2. Are you going to give me 3? Going to give me 3? No. Oh, no. That means I have to find another one. I may have to hit up that that other one over there. Actually, I'm going to hit this one up. It's not as far, so I'll see if I can hit that one up. Now, again, have to try not to jump too high or off too steep an incline with this jetpack, or else it'll be the end for our explorer here. And again, he's Mr. Stamina Guy. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to just dig here, and I will also check out that damaged machinery right here. Never know, might have some useful artifact in it. If I see him, no, that's not useful. Not at this point, anyway. So, let's see. No, nanites, well, you know, nanites are good, right? Gotta have nanites. So, where were we? Where's my ship over there? Right. That's pretty much where that minor settlement is. I'm gonna head over there and see what they got. With any luck at all. Thermal protection falling. Yes, okay, we know. Keep saying how this is, I think this game was developed in England, Britain, somewhere. And there's two ways I've kind of come to that conclusion. So that's not good. Better fix that right now. I know. Those experts, NMS experts out there are saying, why don't you use your quick keys or whatever? Yeah, okay. That's for the experts. That's not for the lay people like myself. We have another piece here. Looks like we do. Alrighty. Okay, let's go back here, see if there's anything in this little treasure box. More poop, because that's what that stuff is, really. It's poop. Look it up. It's a Latin word, I think. Faecium or Faecium or whatever, however you want to say it. And I think the word fecal kind of comes from that word, as in fecal matter. And we, well, maybe we don't all know what that means, but I certainly do. Feces. Okay, there. This one is full, chock full of little repositories of nice things. Now, did I get all the animals on this planet? I'm just going to go inside the building here. No boxes to grab. Oh, that's odd. Why is your chair facing in like that? Not sure. Alrighty then. Journey milestone. What milestone? Scholar. Scholar. Where did I learn a word? Oh, from the yeah, that encyclopedic repository inside the shelter there. So, okay, what do we got here? Do we got anything we can sell? Do we have anything we can sell? Salvage data, I'm going to start needing big time selling that, even though it's worth like a fortune at this point. As you can see, I've got less than 1 million here in the corner. That would bring me close to 1 million, but can't do it. Can't bring myself to doing that. Okay, so this can go in here. Then we got an extra slot here. That's cool. Yeah, like that, like that. Airship is close enough for sure. Drop pod coordinate data. Oh, that's awesome. I like that. I'm just wondering if I have my oh, here's stuff I can sell. Granitine, sorry, what is it? Grantine, nitrogen salt. I must have raided a planetary depot. Those 5 little drums arranged in a pentagon shape. So we'll transfer over to our starship inventory, go to sell mode, and you know what? I will never, ever, ever use that much navigation data for starters. And I'm pretty sure I just picked up a couple more in the surrounding area, looting stuff. So nitrogen, shit, I shouldn't have got rid of that. Okay, so sorry about the word there for those who have kids looking. My bad. I think I put this video down as not for small children, but I'll try to keep it clean. It's not my habit to be the sailor type, if you know what I mean. So yeah. Oh, we're over 1 million. Yay! So that stuff is really expensive. That stuff you loot from the planetary depot. So I got the nanites out of here. All right. So I'm wondering what we have here. So in these minor settlements, you always have a multi-tool rack like this, a box, and they will have some kind of device like this. Weapons slash mining slash digging implement. This one is it's mine is a class B. However, this one is worth more simply by the fact that it has like a large number of available slots, inventory slots that you can slide technology into. And the thing about this is that that's all you can put in there is technology. So mining upgrades, weapons upgrades, scanner upgrades, that kind of thing. And that's all fine. I can't afford this one now. I can't even afford to exchange mine for this one. So we'll just keep that in mind that, we need more money, right? So, all right. Just before we go on here, I'm just going to take a quick look. What did I accomplish this time? Entrepreneur. Yeah. All right. Sure. Okay. So, okay. Thank you. I'm going to take a quick look over here and see. Yeah, I have two. Multi tools. I must have picked one up somewhere else. That B class that I just showed you, and this one here, which I believe was my mining thing. Now I have an upgrade on this one already, so that would kind of entice me to keep it for now. Let's see what's this here. That would help a little bit for sure. That's it. I've only got 2 rows of technology that I can choose from here. I do have the advanced mining laser available. I'm just wondering if I put that in the other one there. Because if I did, I'm not going to put it in this one. All right. So, so I got the mining thing here, and I got the terrain manipulator, and I got the scatter blaster, which is a favorite weapon. I think I have any upgrades. The bolt caster upgrade. Bolt caster's okay, but you know what? With the let's see. There was a new update that came out several weeks ago called the Sentinels update, and there were plenty of upgrades for this thing, as well as for your nemesis, the Sentinels. I'm experimenting with those in the last couple of weeks with some playthroughs I've been doing, and also with the new Expedition 5, which came out a couple of weeks ago. There's probably about 3 weeks left in that. I have a load of nanites there. Not sure where I got all those, but anyway, regardless, I should pick this up. Because you don't want to get burned up in the atmosphere or in the on the planet's surface, especially this planet's, I think, a hot one. So yeah, that's going to be handy. But unfortunately, I have no room in my inventory, very little. So we'll have to see what we can do to figure that one out. Let's see, okay, what components do you have, Mister? So wiring looms, the only way you can get those is through these guys or another galactic terminal, or through scrapping things like ships, stuff like that, upgrades, things like that. Let's see. Drop pod coordinate data. I think I have a few of those. I was wondering about my can I make those? I can make hermetic seals, carbon nanotubes, and I cannot make antimatter thousands. But I do have this. I'm going to transfer over to the chip. Oh, I see. Is that a full? That is a full stack, is it? So you know what? I think I'm going to sell those. Put the ammunition over here where I can actually use it. Because it's the minute I walk too far from my ship, I don't have access to any of this stuff. Wiring looms, microprocessors. Oh yeah, the teleport device. That is extremely useful. That will allow me to access stuff on my ship a little bit farther away. I'm going to slide that in there now, and as soon as I find an antimatter item, I will fix that. Got to keep that in mind. That drop pod coordinate data. So I have 4 of those. The only other thing I was wondering was, do I have access to my signal booster? I need a metal plate and a carbon nanotube. Right, so can I make any of those? Did I actually deploy my processor at some? Oh, it's in the shack, isn't it? All right. So first things first. Let's getting all discombobulated here. I need a set of steps for that. All right, so here, let's see, our refiner, our portable. It doesn't look so portable, but it's supposed to be, I guess. I don't know. We're gonna throw that in there and get some ferrite dust. So that gives us an extra slot. And I said I needed what for that? I needed metal plate and a carbon nanotube. So let's see, metal plate. Now why can't I build this? Oh, because I don't have enough carbon. So let's walk out here and actually I'm going to use this guy as well, right? Oh, not scatter blaster though. And dig up some right, so that's a mineral back there. I was trying to scan the thing in front of it here. That thing. Not sure if that's a mineral or a plant. Looks like a mineral. Yeah, okay, ferrite dust, blah, blah, blah. This is a hot, dry, dusty place. Probably bereft of plants that will give me... okay, there's an animal I haven't scanned. Plants that will give me carbon. There, I see some right there. So let's, what are you over there? What are you doing? Still too far away beyond that little rise right there. Right, so these small round cactus are fair game for carbon. Let's see. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing there. Okay, do I have enough now? I'm gonna just get rid of this because yeah. All right. So now I have enough for that. How am I doing for the discoveries here? Okay, I have 5 of 9. 1 flying, 2 ground, and 1. All right. So I'm not going to bother to look on the second page because I know there isn't a second page of those. If there's more than 9, then there will be a second page. Yeah, inventory full. Full of what? Don't tell me I'm not getting that dihydrogen. What are you saying? Oh no, I got no. I need to stop aggravating those guys. Oh my goodness, they'll make short work of me. All right, so there's the creature I was looking for. Are they all the same? And no, they're not. Actually, that's the only one of that sort. Let's see. And we got this little foxy looking thing here. Is it a foxy? No, it's more of a grazer kind of guy. I think the rest of them are grazers too. Okay, cool. Interesting, interesting. Where's my ship and that? here. Grab, grab, grab some of this as I'm going along here. Scanning and grabbing and mining and blah, blah, blah. All right. I know, right? I'm going to go back in the building to get out of the elements here because obviously my hazard protection has gone to 0. Right. Fine. Okay. And now it's popping itself back up. All right. How's my life support doing? Over here, right? I'm just going to slide a little bit of oxygen in there. I've got quite a bit of ion batteries in life support gel, so I'm doing okay for staying alive for now, I think, as long as I don't fall off a cliff or try to jump off one of those trade post platforms or something like that. So for now, let's see. Okay, so I don't. Yeah, I will. Okay, so I was just gonna say I don't have enough room in my inventory to make one of these, but I do because as soon as I make it, see those two things are gone, right? All right. Now we're going to look for a couple of drop pods. That will increase our inventory. So I just press the left mouse button to skip through this conversation that I'm having with the signal booster. And select item number 2. Going to show me where I was going to say the nearest drop pod, but no, that's not true at all. That may not be true at all. So I'm going to scoop this up. That's going to take up an inventory slot right there. Yeah. And when I get over to the drop pod that I just found, I will need one of these. Gonna need some sodium nitrate. I don't have. Okay. Before I head over there, I'm just going to go back to my personal refiner, portable refiner. Sorry, because there is a personal refiner you can put inside your. You can use as technology inside your backpack, and that is just a huge bonus. Just go there. Put that in there for now. Sodium. Oh, I see. But maybe this will refine into enough for me to get that. I need 10 sodium nitrate, and I'm going to get 11. So what I'm going to do, I need 40 actually for 4 of those drop pods. So I'm going to refine 30 more. Here, get that down to 30, and we'll go with that. So as I was saying earlier, here's where I can research some of the things that I need to further my game. Oh, uh, yeah, I just threw that on my ship, right? And now my ship's out of range. That's just a nuisance, right? I gotta walk over here. Then I gotta go back here and get, let's see, half of those. Put them in here. Now I'll be able to research that battery. Did I actually? Okay, I'm still missing that antimatter. So sometimes you can find antimatter in these red drums here, but let's pass V1 required. Okay, so on my way to picking up that drop pod, I'm going to see if I can find a manufacturing facility, something like that. So here's the battery. So what that's going to allow me to do is build a some kind of energy system with the solar panels and the batteries. Menu. So the solar panels stuff. Gold I can mine in space through the asteroids, or I can buy it. I'm not sure if they had any on sale here. Normally, what happens is you can grab 2 solar panels for each battery that you deploy, and I think one set of those. Sorry, there's the battery. I always put down a biofuel filter, but another thing. And then you can deploy a base teleport module and have that powered and so on, move from one place to another. So the base teleport module, some people are probably saying, yeah, you don't need that to get here. No, you don't. You don't need it to get here, but you certainly need it to get away from here through teleportation. You have your ship there, so obviously you don't need it for that, but you do need it for. This is something I don't understand. Oh, I see. My fuel is empty. Okay. So, right. Load this up again. Bring this down to 3 because that's all. I don't want any more than that right now. Put that there. That back in our inventory. And do it proper. Right. Let's finish refining that business. And while that's going on, just going to go over and multitask here a little bit and see if I can dig out that drop pod, and you'll get an idea of what's involved there. Off, and it's showing me over on the left there where it is. Now, I neglected from inside when I first discovered this drop pod. I neglected to see how far it was. Did I? Well, in any case, you can see that with my ship at full blast on the surface here, it's going to take me 40 minutes to get there. So I'm going to do the useful little kind of trick kind of thing here and fly out of the atmosphere. And 1, 2, 3, and pulse back down. So that 40 minutes will turn into probably less than a minute, probably even less than half a minute. 3, 2, 1, and I'm even on the sunny side. So that was like almost halfway around the planet. So now instead of 40 minutes away, I'm like 10 seconds away. So that whole thing is probably taking less than 30 seconds. So there's a useful tip for anybody who's thinking of playing this game. Good morning, Jake. Let's see, Jake. In State of Decay, but it's a different game that he's streaming on Friday nights on Twitch. Game. Zombie game. Zombie apocalypse. All right, so I'm going to go and grab this. This will be a very welcome addition to my my exosuit. I'm going to put that. So these aren't free, but they're more or less cheap because they take all they take is a chamber, carbon nanotube, and 10 sodium nitrate. If I can make it to the space station this morning, you'll see what I mean. These can get really expensive, these cargo slots. Well, actually, just looking at the cost of ships and stuff, a ship that has a number of additional slots is enormously more expensive. Anyway, all right. So I did not find a manufacturing facility because I kind of did the old pulse out of the atmosphere thing. I'm going to do though is I'm going to do a quick scan around here. I'm not going to waste too much time doing that. Now, on my HUD, on my compass on the top of my screen there, and on my screen itself, there's my base. That's what I was going to say. Should show me my base. So I'm just going to scoot along the surface here for a moment. Good morning, Fry, is it? Welcome to the stream. No Man's Sky Permadeath. This was the No Starter Ship Challenge originally. And our intrepid explorer here has found a ship. I think originally he found a C-class hauler worth quite a bit, and basically he upgraded to this one. I think this is A-class. I'm not sure what happened. I think was that we you can go back and look at the other videos. Are all on my channel there. Yeah, so that would be video number 4, I think, where he finds the ship, and episode chapter 4 or whatever. I'm pretty sure it was a hauler. He ends up going to a location where he upgrades to yes. Oh my. See, you got to keep your eye on the planet, right? Because sometimes your ship scanner doesn't pick these up, right? So this is another drop pod that I happen to eyeball out of the corner of my eye. They're very easy to miss. I mean, what is that? That sounds like a worm. That's from Expedition 4. So anyway, need another carbon nanotube. Fortunately, I still have the wherewithal to do that. Still have 3 of these antimatter housings. That now we just got another slot. Yeah. I'm gonna reorganize that shortly, but for the moment, I hear fentanyl. I was just about to try to scoop up that dihydrogen over there, but that's only going to anger this little fella here. So I'm scan the blue flower here. That flock of birds. Done. All right, let's keep moving on. Just gonna, like I said, scan the surface here for. Oh, look, it is showing me the space station. That's awesome. There it is over there. The little yellow pentagon, or not, sorry, the hexagon. So I will be going there absolutely shortly. Turned around. Planet over there. I can't say enough about the graphics in this game. They're awesome. I can just remember playing some games when I was younger. You know, you can go back to like Space Invaders and stuff like that. I mean, 2D kind of pixelated monochrome colors kind of thing. So here's what appears to. It appears to be manufacturing place. You can see there's these little purple eggs all over. So that just tells me that that particular place is abandoned. I'm going to quickly. I was going to say I'm going to quickly land there and see if there's anything in there, but you know what? I'm pretty sure there isn't. So what I'm looking for is a manufacturing facility. It looks very much like that one, and there's a freighter. Well, I won't have a freighter for. I might not get a freighter this episode. I doubt it, because basically, to get a freighter, you need to get in a freighter battle and win. And yeah, you need to get in a freighter battle and win against the pirates, and then the freighter. You talk to the freighter captain, and he offers freighter. Basically, a freighter is additional inventory and additional game capabilities. Basically, you can acquire a frigate fleet of frigates and and basically send them out on quests and things like that, such that they can come back with loot and things. So my advice, again, people, so spoiler here in case you don't want to hear it, just mute your speakers, headphones for just a few seconds here. Spoiler coming up right now. During the freighter battle, if it takes you 3 hours and 5 warps to different star systems in order to trigger a freighter battle. And first time you do it, you are likely to be offered a standard freighter. What I tend to do, and most people tend to do, is they decline the first freighter, wait for the second freighter battle, and at the end of that battle, generally you are offered a much better freighter, just say. Not necessarily better class, but better quality. It's a capital ship that they offer you. So yeah, you are generally offered a much better ship. You do the second. All right, so we're back. Away from the spoiler, I hope. Let's go here, right? Some of these ship that was taking up 2 slots. I can probably get rid of some other of this stuff. I have some extra room ship, obviously. 23, 28 slot, I believe. So it's in any case, just gonna go over here and see what this guy wants. Not what he wants, what he has, what he offer. Good morning, Alice. Bonjour, Alice. Comment ça va? Hein? Pie, eh? And so I've got all the technology that he has on hand. I can make the carbon in. Make these. Drop pod, coordinate data, why not? See how expensive that was? Wow. I don't usually have a tendency of buying those like early game like this. Simple reason that they're so expensive. Really don't have like the wherewithal to do that. But sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. Okay, so in this guy, if you go to my options are grayed out down. Basically, telling me just go away, buddy. You can't afford this. So let's go. All right. So I keep forgetting to put down my my signal booster. I meant to do that when I was at the last drop pod. So but what I would have been doing is actually going from drop pod to drop pod to just gather a few drop pods and see what's in between there. The next time I put down, I will try to think of deploying the signal booster and another drop pod. We'll go from there. Right, so we're about 40 minutes in, and we've got a couple of extra inventory slots already. One was a found slot, and one was a drop pod coordinate data thingy. Okay, so here is something from the Sentinels update. I don't remember what they call this thing, but you knock out these 3 little beacons on the outside here, and there's a chance that you can get a pretty decent weapon from the console there, from the terminal. So give that a shot. There's a walking kind of guy there. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to ship here. I've actually angered them. Seriously. Searching. Oh, that takes long. Okay. 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 You're taking in 10 seconds. Now, there are now beer drawings. Wondering if those guys are were fixing those things. And going back into third person mode here. That's kind of making me seasick. Motion sick. Sick. Obviously not on the ocean, so yeah, gotta go. Potentially take that guy down. But let me take a chance. I'll just leave my ship right there and equip my scatter blast. We're in permadeath mode here, and can't take a lot of can't take a lot of damage. Terminal. You guys gonna keep shooting at me? If you do, I'm dead. This is over. Put down Sentinel forces. So, all right. So I think maybe that they've stopped shooting at me because I've actually shut them down. I hope that's the case. And what happens here is you shut them down for a length of time throughout the planet. So that's a major bonus. If I see a manufacturing facility, normally those will be manned by sentinels. Now, as I approach that, they will blow themselves up. Um, okay, so now forced with a bit of a conundrum here. Buy this A class. Let's see, that's an A class, so it's slightly better than mine. But mine with the scatter blaster is doing much more damage. I'm gonna buy that. Hope to find other sources of income shortly to replace this. Because basically, what I can do here is I can trade that up at some for a better one. Here I need to log off. Actually, let me just forgot to do something here. Got to access the logs. These tell me manifesting personality protocol, voice of the hive. So they're like a hive mind kind of stuff. Once we have no need for visual manifestation of physical form, this lies would be the life and death of every world there ever was. You know, we had no thoughts, no personality. Boring. Right. So that's it for that. And there should be some loot around from the drones and stuff that blew themselves up. The guy was over here somewhere, wasn't he? Okay, so here's another trick. You go into photo mode, which is paused game basically. Now that's only if you're in multiplayer mode. The game may not. So, looking for the barrels where I almost stepped on one. There. See. Stepped on that. So that's just a basic loot from the battles. Throw that in my ship to refine later. I'm glad they didn't kill me. Because that would have been a short Saturday morning cartoon. Oh my goodness. I keep that in mind that I'm vulnerable to wow. That's not a barrel of fun. I thought I saw a light over. Oh no! What is it? Crystal. Crystal. Well, I'll be darned. Now, mining beam. Thought I had the advanced mining. This guy. Take a look here. Tool. Oh, I got that. That's the tool I just picked up from that terminal. So when you pick up a multi-tool, it switches to that tool. So now I got to go here. That's the tool I was originally using. And it does have the advanced mining laser, so I'm going to just grab whatever's... Hopefully I have some room in my inventory. One of my inventories. Oh, no. All right. Okay, so I'm not... not even close enough to my ship to burn. I really need that antimatter. This guy. In the meantime, push some stuff over to the ship there. So hard frame engine, that's what I picked up off that Sentinel, I think. I'm gonna there move over. That's the all Sentinel. Blew themselves up. Get that out of the barrel. That over to the ship. Probably a stack of this. Free up a couple of these things here. These are higher capacity. So you see how the condensed carbon is a stack of 250. It's actually a stack of 500. It's 250 in my general tab, and that's just a rule of permadeath. Now I think I may have wasted that first crystal. This one. I'm gonna grab this and get back on my ship. Okay. Okay. So that basically charges my multi-tool. Oh, ship. That stuff will start regenerating itself. Here. Going back up. All right. I'm just going to fill this back up. And I think this out of the... I have no idea. I have no idea. Okay. So what can I put in here? So I can put some technology. The most useful thing on this planet would be this thing here, the coolant network. Basically, that allows me to slightly longer lifespan. Hot planet. Obviously, I don't have any materials to create this technology. So we'll go with for now, but it's certainly top of my list. Oh, I should also mention this guy, the Hazmat Gauntlet, also top of my list. You know what? All these things are top of my list, but I need to somehow find space for these things, basically. All right. Oh, not today. Explode that into some gold. And all right, so there's the fuel on the top row. Tritium and uranium. Barite dust. I've only got a lot there, so that's full now. And yeah, so basically, I need to get out of this ship for a moment. Do this. I said I was going to do that. Grab another drop pod location. Go. All right. Hopefully it's in the direction. Oh, I shouldn't say that. Hopefully it's in the direction. My base is an hour away on the ship, so I'm obviously not going to. I'm not going to be flying there, and not going to walk there. So that was a cool little adventure there. The Sentinel, whatever it is, thing there. Let me know in the chat there, whoever's if you know what that thing is called. I don't know what it is. I know there's maps you can get, special maps that will show you where those things are. Now, like I said, the fun thing about what I just did was that all the Sentinels on the planet now will be gone for some time. I think they respawn once you've done a warp out and back in, or something like that. If you reload a save, that kind of thing, there's some mechanism that gets them to respawn. There's a holographic tower that comes into play at some point in the game, but that's later on. Some game elements that no. No, it's right. I think I did. Look at that. Another minor settlement. Got a landing pad, so probably is. All right. So here's what I do to improve my or attempt at least to improve my to land at these facilities. Look at what weapon and multi-tool is in the box, and if I have enough money, well, what I have. So basically, oh, Mr. Geck. What I'm going to do is I'm going to load this guy up here on slot number 8, 6, 7, and 8. What I do is press number 8 because that's the first one I'm going to get rid of, probably. There's something here that I like and can afford. Well, straight up, right? That is not it. But there are always these nanite repositories which are useful. A little bit of carbon in these plants that you can pick up. So when you're in these locations, you may as well, right? So let's see, we've got some slots freed up there. 4 slots there. They're all taken up. 4 slots here. All right, so we're not in too bad shape. Some salvage data. Toxic protection. Useless. Okay, so I think that's it for business here. We these guys over here, the vendors, they pretty much have all the same technology and other resources. So I'm not going to bother with him right now. Over here though, sometimes you can find some useful stuff in the bins, and of course that little blue pentagon there just beyond the green bin is technology right there. Module that is always handy. Whether you're in early game, you just basically cash them out. Whether you're slightly later in the game and you use them to research various other game artifacts, building modules, etc., or whether you're in later game and you just melt them down for nanite, whatever it is, melt down. Later here. Yeah. Sure. See how this can be a bit of a frustration, right? How did that fill up so fast? Stack space there. Quarterback's casing is a gift. You can gift one of the three main life forms: Viking, Gek, and Corvax, of course. Stack up my toss that over as well. Stacks nicely. All right, let's go back and get that savage data. Sensible. How many am I going to do? Two, right? Oh, but better than a kick in the butt, right? What I always say. Got a few of those in my day, so you know what? It is better than a kick in the butt. Guaranteed. All right, and there's obviously in these shelters, there's a nanite repository. That is specimen. They will allow you to standing increased get times 1. So every time you increase your standing with the locals, it affords you certain privileges and stuff. If I see an occasion where that is beneficial, I will attempt to signal that. Back is not. My goodness, yeah. I really got to try to remember not to be too ambitious with that jetpack thing because it's obviously not very. Okay, 25 minutes. You know what? We're going to do the old pulse out of the atmosphere thing again. That's just going to be a nightmare. Not so much for me. I mean, you know, I've done that. 25? No, I shouldn't say that. That's not true. If that distance is like too far, too close to the planet here, back out and we don't pulse. Yeah. All right. 3, 2, 1, and done. No, it's not on the daylight side. Okay, it's all good because we can see fairly well even in the dark. We're like cats, kind of, right? Like that, right? So, yeah. All right. So we're almost an hour in, and out of context question: how's the gas prices? They're horrendous. We fluctuate somewhere between $1.65 a liter to $1.80 a liter, somewhere in that neighborhood. Yeah, I'm just appalled. You know what? If this is going to turn into a political discussion, we should all write our members of parliament to get them to get some kind of gas control bill on the go. Because this is just. I suspect that Trudeau or many of his cabinet ministers probably have shares in oil companies because they must be raking in the bucks right about now. And the rest of us are just like kind of suckers, like, oh yeah, well, you need gas to get from where point A to point B. So you know what? You'll pay for it, right? Yeah. Hey, okay. I won't say anything malicious on the stream because I don't want to be banned. But if you're like me, you're probably thinking nasty things. We don't need to get nasty. I mean, it's just a question of doing the right thing. I think. Organize yourselves because I mean they pay for gas too. I'm sure. Right? Just a question of organizing and trying to get your government to do the right thing. And I don't know if they can do that. I mean, it's a free economy kind of thing, a capitalist economy. So can they put a cap on gas prices? I don't know. I mean, just one of those things, right? Okay. Oh, that's it. Any? Uranium. Better think about making. Yeah. So do those. Oh yeah, baby. Launch fuel. think the tritium is for the bolts in. All right, so let's get off this rock here. And we have another slot over there. We go. So there's something else. Stuff out. Okay. Over here. That's all stuff you pick up along the way, right? Just loot and bins, salvage data. That over here. And let's see. Everything standard. My backpack here. All freed up. All right, so that's full. Full. Empty slots. Have 6 here. Awesome. I have to, I forgot to drop my my signal booster again. So I'm just going to cruise on top here and look for a location I can drop the ship in, such as a manufacturing facility or a settlement. Those places have landing zones. So what I'm talking about there is the green circles that appear, areas where you can land for free. No launch fuel. So you see how I had to reload my launch thruster mechanism in my ship. If you land in these landing zones, trade post, archives, minor settlements, etc., it doesn't cost you anything in terms of launch fuel. So that's a major bonus for landing in those. And yeah, that's what more needs to be said about that, right? You just got to keep that in mind. The thing about the drop pods is there's no landing zone, so you don't really have any choice there. If you you find a drop pod and you want to scoop up the inventory slot, then you have no choice but to land there at some cost to your launch fuel. These things here, this looks like a flag and a beacon. I call it a flag and a beacon. They are, in my opinion, they are of very limited usefulness. Oh, here's another one. I don't know if this is the one I was at before. But see, there's the yellow, or the green circles. They're blue originally when you first approach this thing, these locations, and then they turn green when you have the ability to engage the automatic landing sequence. So here's a tip for that on these. So 4 locations where you have like a lot of interference or lots of trees and stuff like that around, and you're trying to maneuver your way into a tight place. When you see the green circles, okay, you can go through all that stuff without any damage. But if you if you I could have bought some of it. I don't have a lot of money though. I'll take a look at my inventory, see what I can sell. Yeah, so you can engage the automatic landing sequence and not have to worry about all the stuff that's in the way. But if you try to land in a place where there's all kinds of trees and stuff, you take some damage. And unfortunately, in permadeath mode, that could be selling any of that. All right, so I selling it. I just think I need it. All right. Oh wait now. You make room when you throwing stuff out. No tip. I'm not pro. Okay, so prices, yeah, $2. Wow, $2 a liter in Montreal. Yeah, Montreal is always like has always been more expensive than in Ottawa for some reason, like up to like 10%. So, I don't know. I don't exactly get that, but what it is, I guess. I don't know. I'm not sure what to say about that. So sad. And it's like you say, they got you by the short and curlies, because for those of you like yourself who have to drive from site to site to do your work, your actual work, you work for a living, right? That's just added expense, right? And I this is all contributing to the inflation, right? And that's another reason to write your MP, right? Because they complain about inflation, they do this, they do all kinds of complaining, but they don't do anything about it, right? And to me, that's nonsensical. What are you there for? Our leaders, basically, if you're not going to help us, kind of do better in our daily lives, right? If that's not what you're there for, I don't know what you're there for, right? Make room for somebody who's going to help out and who's going to kind of I understand, I understand that, gas companies need to make money, blah blah blah. That's perfectly understandable, right? I don't have a problem with that. But raking people over the coals like this is just it's wrong. In my opinion, it's wrong, right? But there's an animal. It is, but anyway. Um, so that's my little political rant this morning. I really, I'll say it again. I'm retired now, so I'm not so involved in all this stuff, and especially in the last couple of years where all this COVID nonsense and that stuff has kind of kept us all sheltered away, most of us anyway, or at least some of us, especially some in IT for sure, have been kind of sheltered away. The circles are blue there now, right? And when they turn green, you can go in and initiating landing sequence. So that's the automated landing sequence. So it's I find it kind of strange that there's a couple of minor settlements like right close to each other like this. I'm just going to go over here and grab the nanites and the salvage technology, the buried technology, because I can and I need to really. If I don't use it for researching things, I will use it for it's right there. I'll use it for selling and making a few dollars. Yeah, so like I said, I'm retired, so I mean I'm not I'm not entirely engaged in all this, but I mean I have to go places too, right? Um, um, I bring my daughter to school every day. You know, we've been kind of we've been kind of hesitant to get her to ride the bus for obvious reasons. Like I said, I'm retired, so I'm not a young fella, and I have some pre-existing medical conditions, which I would think would kind of make me vulnerable to infections from this nasty piece of business that everybody's talking about. So I've kind of been saying, okay, well, you know what, I probably shouldn't venture off too far into the public to get infected and then you know be a statistic, right? Not really interested in that. I mean, I haven't been retired that long, so know, um, if I had been retired that long, perhaps you know, and I've had a good long life, in my 80s or whatever. It probably wouldn't. I didn't even go in here. See what they got, just to see what they got. Not even gonna look at C class anymore. Might not even look at B class. I have an A class now in my pockets. Get in there. Oh no, it's in a stack. When I get back to my base, I will find that down. All right. 9. Now we're getting there. Some of the bigger items that you use salvage data for, use 10 items, 10 salvage data. All right, I got all my slots back there. Before I head out, I don't really have any business with him. I could talk to this guy. What do you got to say, my friend? Here around the beak life form smells foul. It seeps into my exosuit and makes me gag. Noticing my expression, the trader pecks at an element they carry. They break the substance into pieces. They swallow each whole. Friend, blah, blah, blah. Correct trader, blah, 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 blah. Gek, blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. Okay, so I need to learn more words, obviously. There is a deep gurgle, and the Gek emits a gas packet that smells delightful. Hey! The creature wipes their empty hands, and that need pleasure. What am I going to give him? He nods. The overjoyed trader pecks happily at my gift, a dazzling rainbow of perfume, overwhelming my senses. Well, thank you, sir. Good day. All right. Now I said I was going to. Right. Pop pod. What happens if you try to locate another drop pod? It's going to delete, basically. It's either going to show you back to the one you just did or delete the one you just did and show you a new one. Well, I'm just hoping I hadn't, done this. Forgot. So, as I mentioned, I'm retired, so I'm not a young guy, and memory's not what it used to be. It's all good. I mean, it's just a game, right? So we'll make the best of it and have some fun trying, right? Right. Alrighty. Now, okay. Let me just run the wrong way. So let me just explain why I'm looking for a manufacturing facility. So the 18 minutes. Okay. I'll just take a few. Well, what's this? Another. You know what? Go away. We've seen enough of those for today, I think. For the sake of 100 nanites and blah, blah, blah. How am I doing for nanites? Not bad. So, yeah. So the manufacturing facility, when you break into one of those, there's a terminal there that you can access. And basically, you need to solve a puzzle. They go on with something broken, something, whatever. They're doing something they should be, something like that. And then there's a number of choices that you can select from to try and solve the puzzle. So spoiler here, if you don't want to hear it, just turn off your speakers and headphones again for 30 seconds, and I will tell you what the spoiler is, starting right now. Okay, so there's a site, and online. It's the No Man's Sky wiki, and if you look up No Man's Sky puzzles, you will find answers to all of these puzzles, the right answer. So you can look it up online, and then that's if I find one here, that's what I'm going to do. If I don't remember what the answer to the puzzle is, I'm going to take a few seconds to research that online. Hope you don't mind. Call it cheating, call it whatever. I mean, I'm in, I wouldn't say desperate need, but I'm in need of something that's in that terminal. So that terminal, once you successfully solve the puzzle, and the spoiler is over now. Once you successfully solve that puzzle, you will have a choice of 3 things you can glean from that device. The first is nanites. The second is a multi-tool expansion slot, which you can obviously apply to your multi-tool. As you can see, this one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 6 slots that I can basically fill with expansion slots for a multi-tool. I'm probably not going to do that with that particular tool, but anyway, you can do it. It's possible, and it's also possible to do it at the space station, at a far greater cost. units. So that's why. And the third option after solving the puzzle is a piece of technology. And if I see a manufacturing facility, that's the first thing I look for. It's another abandoned building. If it is, I'll cry. I won't, because it is. I can see the little stumps there next to the building. Now I can see the purple eggs all over the place. Okay, so that's basically what what a manufacturing facility looks like. That thing there. But, there are no little eggs around it and stuff. That one there is abandoned. So some vile creatures have taken up residence there, and some will say that that's a very lucrative form of enriching yourself. I beg to differ. Because those creatures will make short work of you, especially in permadeath mode. So once my shielding, my exosuit shielding and weapons gets a little better, I'll be a little braver with those things. Those are everywhere. Those little minor settlements. I'm looking for something specific now. So I'm scanning with my ship like that, hoping to find a manufacturing facility on my way to this drop pod 10 minutes away. Yeah, so I'm looking for a specific piece of technology in that manufacturing facility. And if I find one, you'll know exactly what I mean and why I want it. There's a transmission tower. So for those of you who look to mine, and is that? I think that's a manufacturing facility. Here's to be. Does it? That one's abandoned too. Oh my goodness! They're all abandoned around here. Look at that, little purple eggs everywhere. What the heck? I hope this is not abandoned. So, all right, for those of you playing this game and attempting to mine crashed ships, here's something that's indispensable. Here's the green circle with the landing zone. So this landing is free for me in terms of launch fuel. And so this, let's see, we're in a GEX system, as evidenced by the life forms in the previous buildings we were in. This is a GEC transmission tower. So if I put my scanner over it, transmission tower, right? There may or may not be an actual life form in here. I don't really care about that. I mean, sometimes when you talk to these guys, they send you on missions in space to kill pirates or whatever. I really don't want to do that right now. But what I do want to do is access this terminal, solve the puzzle. Garbled distress can be heard amongst it all, alongside screams and the tearing of metal. The only thing that's clear to me is a brief number sequence. Cracking its code could lead me to the crash site. So, if I had read the first page, I would know. I would probably have a better idea if this is a crashed starship or a crashed freighter, because these artifacts lead you to one of these two things. I'm hoping it's a crashed starship. So here's the sequence. 2 times 2 is 4, times 3 is 12, times 4 is 48, times 5 is 240, times 6 is 1440. Distress signal coordinates discovered. So that's a crashed starship. Those of you who are in the business of mining crashed starships, that is that's one way to do it. Now, okay, so my drop pod is still active over there. But how far is this away? 20 minutes? That's 5 hours. That's by foot, by the way. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to scoot over to that crashed ship and take possession of it, probably. So again, the time it takes to get to a location is indicated when you look at that location like this. I'm going to save here. Not that it's going to do me any good if I die. It's actually going to do me no good, because that save will be wiped. All right, so that distance there, 20 minutes by foot. That's significantly decreased when you're in your ship. And it's probably going to take me at full thruster mode 20 seconds, 30 seconds. All right. That's worth it, right? Okay. 30 seconds. I got a couple of items to loot over here, and then I can take possession of that crashed starship. Now, early game like this, sometimes what I do is I fix the starship in order to bring it to the wonder what that is, like a observatory. This looks like a monolith. Oh, oh, okay. Wait now. It said it was a distress signal, right? Oh, I see what's going on here. Yeah. So normally distress signals bring you to a crashed starship, but the first one you get in the game, I think, like this, brings you to this particular game mechanic. Uh, this is a crashed freighter. It's all good because this thing is going to lead me probably to additional uh, items in the game story. So life goes on day after day, delivering after blah blah. I hope to go home soon. The life of a blah is one, not for one like me. Multiple sentinel energy signatures detected, requiring immediate something. Immediate attention, probably. Dropping out of warp. There's the sentinels. What are they doing? They'd be fighting each other. Fighting each other, yeah. Okay, the sentinels are engaging each other, ignoring us for now. Sentinels appear to have departed. There, blah. Distress signal nearby. Broadcasting 16 on repeat. I'm going to take a look, and that's all you get from this beacon. Okay. What was the point of that, you ask? Oh, all right. So basically, when you get to a crash ship, okay, there are 6 cargo pods like this. There's one there. There are 2 over here. There's one there. There's one over here. There's one under the ground here. There's one under the ground here. And there's one under the ground on the outside over there. When I first started playing this game, I was looting all these. That's fine. You can do whatever you want. I mean, you can loot any or all of them. It's up to you. I'm going to take 3 of them. It's for shits and giggles, basically. What you do is you dig your way in like this to the ones that are underground, and they require something to fix them. In this case, it's 8 chromatic metal. I have a little bit. I think I might have enough to build 3. So you have to get away from this because as soon as you fix it, some nasty radiation or something comes out of it and can easily put you down. So I'm going to take out my weapon again, my scatter blaster, blow the doors off that thing, and there's another box in here. Before I do that, I'm going to blow the doors off that so I can get out, and hopefully I don't. Okay, so I don't have enough to fix that one. That's all good. There's just some loot in these things. I was hoping it would show me something different, but whatever. I mean, that's okay. It's all good. Sometimes there's useful loot. Sometimes not so useful. There's always loot in those things. So there you go. That's the crashed freighter, and how to get there with a communications tower. So now I'm still looking for a manufacturing facility. I'm still kind of desperate for the artifact that I can find in there. One of the artifacts. Well, some of the playthroughs that I've done, I just loot these manufacturing facilities nonstop for a while, because there are a number of technology items that are useful in there. Destroy 10 sentinels. Oh, oh, oh. So what probably happened there is I got close to a building that sentinels were guarding, and like I said earlier, dealing with that big orange tower with the walker earlier on basically triggers that mechanism. So if you get close to a secured facility, this is an observatory. It's not secured. If you get close to a secured facility with your ship, it will trigger the sentinels that are guarding it to blow themselves up. Again, that only lasts for a certain amount of time. Whoa, did you guys see that? Did you see that? So on my way to a drop pod, I just caught out of the corner of my eye yet another one? Can't be. No. See, I thought that was another one right there. It's funny how sometimes the rocks look like drop pods, but I did see one here somewhere. No one saw it. There it is. Yes, it is. So, just out of the corner of my eye, saw this drop pod. It's a good thing I picked up a couple of extra matter chambers. I'm obviously going to need them. I think the next minor settlement I see, I will drop in and get some more. Because I think I may be running out. No, I still got 3. Okay. Oh, yeah. And I still have some trade. So, a nanotube. This expansion upgrade. Inventory upgrade slot for my exosuit. Throw it in the cargo where it's going to be the most useful. In this permadeath mode, at least. Now, sometimes if you loot these bins before you go into the drop pod, it may provide you with what you need to actually extract that inventory slot. Obviously, right now I need the Atlas Pass version 1 to do that, and I can't do it. Okay, spoiler. That's what I'm going to. I'm hoping to find a. That's why I'm hoping to find a manufacturing facility. So I need to keep looking. So the manufacturing facility also has a landing zone, which is very useful. Oh, all right. Here's something. Just kind of spawned in as I was flying over it. That's an archive. This is a planetary archive. It's got a number of landing pads on it. I'm going to do a free land here. Show you what. Sure, I've done this already on my stream, but if I can get a landing zone here, there you go. It's green, and in you go. Now, all right. So I do have an A23 plus 6 there. If I was to upgrade that ship to a better A class or an S class, even, I would obviously need. I'm not going to get. So it says 2.1 million. I'm not going to get that for it in a trade. So I could get something for it, but I'm not going to get that for it. So I would obviously need some extra funds to be able to upgrade. And it's all in the whether or not you think it's worth it. At this point, I'm perfectly satisfied with that ship. Now, this guy, I should have all technology, and he should have some antimatter chambers, some money. So an antimatter chamber is 18,000. A carbon nanotube is certainly not that much. But the drop pod coordinate data is like 100,000 units. So obviously, if you can do it this way, you may as well, right? Especially early game. I mean, later game when you got like hundreds of millions of units, who cares, right? So in the archive, underneath where that vendor was, you are out of the elements. Right here where I'm standing in front of this galactic trade terminal, See how much that is? 100,000. But if you happen to be flying over planets and you're looking at, you're finding drop pods using these things, hey, you just saved yourself 100,000 units, right? All right, so we're an hour and a half in, and hopefully we can get some more progress done. I'm going to try to make it to I'm going to try to make it to the space station today. So that's the planetary archive. I'm just going to confirm that that's actually what. Thing. I don't know where the okay buildings are far away. 286, right there. 580. Not right there, but it's not that far. All right, so there's a nice looking fighter. Huh? See you later, bud. Yeah. All right. So we'll just take down that last drop pod here, as soon as we can figure out where it is here, and then I'm gonna make my way back to the base and clean out my inventory a little bit. Hopefully, I can do that, and then we can go up to the space station and basically see what goes on up there. I suspect I may have already been up there in a previous episode. I don't review my previous episodes, and I don't commit those to memory necessarily. I kind of have a sketchy kind of idea of what it is that I've done based on my you know my accoutrement of ship and other various things. Shelter, a couple of trailers basically in the middle of nowhere. If you're desperate for nanites, you can find probably 50 in those or so, 50 or 60. Yeah, so like I said, I can, kind of have an idea of what I've done and where I've been by looking at what ship I got, what and what other implements I have, multi-tool and so on. Um, because as you progress in the game, obviously you can improve all your belongings, right? That's kind of the idea, basically. Especially in permadeath mode, because Yek Observatory that my ship scanner did not pick up, and shelter. Try not to crash into these land-based features here. That would not be good, I'm sure. I wonder if there's a. I don't know that I think I've crashed my ship in other modes, like in normal mode, but I don't recall crashing my ship. Two observatories right next to each other. What's the point of that, guys? Come on, developers, what are you doing? Oh, there's another settlement. Talking about going into one of these? No, because I got the other antimatter chamber, right? Antimatter housing. Sorry. Those sticklers on the nomenclature. Yeah, so like I said, I don't, I don't commit to memory any of this stuff. This is just fun for me, right? I'm hoping you're having fun watching. And probably if you're, interested there's another monolith or something like that. Got some knowledge stones around it. If you're interested in either buying this game or playing it in any form, on Game Pass or whatever, it's a really cool game. I think I got it for half price or something at 35 Canadian dollars or something. And so, okay, we'll get that banner out of the way. Scrapper, 15 Sentinels. Okay, so see what happened there? I got credit for destroying Sentinels here. So that's just from approaching this building. I'm just going to get out of my ship and go into photo mode for a second. And I may, quite likely, um, so, there are more than likely several of those lying around, just waiting for me to harvest, basically, because behind my ship, see that light right there next to my ship? That's me. If I was in third person mode, you would see me there. In fact, here, look at what I mean. There's me in photo mode, and there I am. Right. So there's a barrel right there. There's one over there. So that contains. I think it contains like Sentinel glass or something like that. You pick it up like this. Salvaged glass. Okay. Now that stuff can be broken down into further useful items. Is there another one? Usually there's 2 or 3 Sentinels around things. I'm not going to belabor the point. I want to get inside. Now here's the deal with these buildings. If I hadn't taken care of that orange block back there and disabled all the Sentinels, they would still be around. And basically, they would immediately attack me when I'm doing this. So basically, if I hadn't done that, I would have to have done this from my ship, flying towards it, and just using my photon cannon on my ship to blow the doors off this thing. That's a tip there, actually. Almost always nanites in here. And there's this thing here I was talking about earlier, the terminal. When you access it, you click through some of this dialogue. The outpost has gone into emergency lockdown. Something must have been damaged during my entry. The toxicity gauge on my exosuit flickers as an alert flashes insistently on the control terminal. And here comes the puzzle. Blah, blah, blah. This is the GEC language here. If I knew more, I'd probably understand some of this. So I have to... The alarms on the panel flash rapidly, demanding attention. A bewildering array of control gauges sit before me. So I have to figure out what... which option here to select. Now, this first time, I'm actually going to look see what option I need to select. Because I really, really, really need to get that. So take a quick look at my wiki here. See what option I need to select, and so it's telling me that it's the first one. So basically, the alarm shuts off when you do that, and a low rumble passes underneath activity events. Slowly but surely, the indicators start to stabilize, and the warning lights soften. The facility comes back online. So now it's going to give me an option of 3 things, like I said. Normal operations have resumed, and I have access to the facility's main control panel. I should be able to alter production to my own benefit. And the thing that would benefit me most at this point is learning a new recipe. So that's a blueprint for an item. And the absolute... Oh, I already got it. So I can actually make a version 1 Atlas Pass. Now, see, if I had reviewed my previous streams, I would know that. Right? So, brain fart there, right? But in any case, see, I have access to 2 pages of technology that I can actually get from this thing. What's the most useful thing here? The launch fuel I have, the ion batteries, blah, blah, blah. The processor is very useful. So is the magnetic. Now, I'm picking these up as I go in the bins outside. This thing here is not so easy to come by. So I'm going to just research that. And now I can make those. So that's it. Okay, so I already had access to the Atlas Pass. Call me whatever you want there. Party brain, whatever. That would be appropriate. Yes, go ahead, do it. Um, so in any case, that's the reason I do that. All right, did I already? I scanned him already. Okay. So we'll make our way over to our drop pod there, trigger that, and get the inventory slot. Go back to the base and hopefully clean out a little bit of inventory. Probably my 5 minutes. No, 5 minutes turns into like 30 seconds if you do this. So in the spirit, I absolutely wanted to find one of those manufacturing facilities. And just to give you an indication of the advantage of dealing with that big orange block there, and also the advantage of getting in. Why? It didn't really get me that close that time, strangely. I'm going to do that again. Yeah, so the event. Oh, okay. If I had been farther away, I probably would have had better luck doing it. It's still going to be less than 5 minutes. It's going to be way less than 5. Probably flown right over. Yeah. All right. So yeah, the manufacturing facility, whether I disable the sentinels or not, is a very valid and useful exercise. Basically, you can get, like I said, nanites. You can get multi-tool expansion slots if you need them. You can also get technology. Once you've made a choice, though, I'm not sure you can back out of it. So just be aware of that. I'm not sure. Don't don't take that. Well, you said you can't back out. I'm not sure, but I suspect that once you've made a choice to just see if I don't have the required stuff. Atlas Pass. I should have been paying attention to that because I might have been able to buy that at the vendors. Yeah, elements. And gee, all that would have done was meant that I could open up this guy, and there's probably stuff in there, loot in there that is like very, very useful. So I'm just going to do a quick scan here. I do have a brain manipulator, so I can actually mine um, copper. So there's a common early game dilemma as well. Some of those cacti. That, that, the Viking dagger. Sodium nitrate. So this is the last one I'm going to do for now. This episode. Stick that again in cargo, and the reason I put it in cargo is because cargo to buy, otherwise buy cargo slots, you're looking at it's highly expensive. So anytime you get onto a drop pod here, my advice is like the bullet in. Yeah, get yourself a cargo slot. Okay, so we need to fix this, and I think maybe we need to fix this. All right, so I see some copper down there. It's gonna. Oh! I think I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Oh no! Don't make me die. 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 That was so close. I'm not even sure I'm going to live here yet. Wow. Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. Am I going to die? Okay, so that was a stupid move. Okay, just so you know. Bonehead move right there. Right? Uh, in permadeath mode, and I'm yeah, okay. See the white bar on the top left there is regenerating. Oh, I thought I was going to die there for sure. See, what I was trying to do is I was trying to use a little bit of my jetpack to do a little bit of a bump and run, a kind of melee jump, basically. And snapping plants that take some of the life away. Okay, here's the copper. Terrain manipulator. Take some of this copper. Hopefully, it'll be enough for me to make my my Atlas pass, so I can get at that. I can start getting what's inside those round barrels. I think there may be antimatter in them. Not exactly sure. Usually there is. Sometimes there is. I would say sometimes there is. So yeah. 192. Are you for real? Seriously? Oh my. Is there any left in here? Doesn't look. I see why. Oh, there is some left. That was two. Why? Why are you only getting like two? Come on. Seriously? Two? Oh my. 195. I'm five short. So I copper deposit. Hopefully closer to the ship. Right. Whoop. Hear that. Did it that time. Hopefully you're not a predator, a carnivorous predator. Yeah, so see, for those of you who have been following the stream, um, this is not my original character. My original character succumbed to his injuries from a fall like I just had a few moments ago. And the fall that I had at that time was far less steep grade than this. That's why I was thinking I'm gone for sure, right? But fortunately, yeah, survived that fall. All right, awesome, good man. Yeah, so I didn't get enough copper. I'm not going to get that copper. Um, what I'll do is I did get that slot, so didn't I? Bad memory. All brain farting. All brain farting. Thank you, thank you. All right, so use up a little more launch fuel there, but it's worth it because got a technology, not a technology, got a cargo slot out of it. Now, the base is how far away? Hours? 1 minutes. You know what? No, it's not. Try to do it right this time. There's the pause. That means you're out of the atmosphere. 1, 2, 3 seconds. It's usually just around, like if you're heading towards these asteroids, your cue to dive back in and use your pulse engine to approach your target is usually right around there, just before you get to those asteroids. And so that 20 minutes just turned into like 30 seconds. Awesome. And so we're getting down near the end of the stream here. It's 20 after 12 Eastern time here in Eastern Central Canada, Ontario. And so I'm going to take advantage of this landing zone here. It's green now, so I should, yeah, there you go. There's the automated landing sequence. I'm going to go into my shop there, and before I do that, oh, I've already looted. Did I? Oh, that's funny. I looted 3 of them. I didn't loot this one. So here's another one of those barrels, and just curious to know if I have some copper handy. Handy as in, like, not 20 minutes away. So I'm going to check in here and see if there's. I need 5, right? So, guys, really? No copper? Copper? 0 copper. Sometimes you can find something that will refine into. I'm not sure any of this. I'm going to see if I can get some at the space station. This guy certainly doesn't have any. He has components and technology. I've looked at that that multi-tool already, so I don't need to take another look at that. Okay, just a second. Seem to be tripping myself up every time I try to enter this, and I don't even. Oh, you know what? Okay, so I think I. Here. 0. Oh no, I left it on the ship again. What a dolt I am. Okay, start with doing stuff here, here, that. Um, just quickly, I'm going to investigate the base computer. Okay. Normally there'd be some kind of indication here that would indicate to me that it's trying to talk to me. But that's not the case right now. Okay, is that? Am I sure that's what it said? Investigate the base computer archives. The trail has gone cold. Inquire about the at the space station. So that's why I'm now getting a beacon at the space station. That hexagon there. I'm gonna see. How am I doing here? Shoot. Stack that over here. I get an awful lot of this stuff. Here's a dilemma early game, especially in permadeath mode, is that your inventory is seriously compromised in terms of its ability to take on things. Yeah, I can only take a stack of 20. I'm going to sell that, sell this. Got a stack of ferrite dust there already. That's more ferrite dust. Not what I was expecting, but regardless. Ferrite dust is used. Sell that, sell that. I'm going to go here. Ferrite dust. Because it carries more. What else am I going to put in there? I'm going to have to put something else in there. I'll put these this glass. What that's going to do is going to stack. 5. So now I have 2 empty slots in my ship. 4 in my soon to be 6. Okay. Standing outside here like a dummy. Little red bar is getting bigger. Awesome. All right, so what did I say about this thing here? I wanted to, oh no, not again. Forgotten. I'm losing it. I'm sure I'm losing it. Salvage date. Original. All right. I wanted to research some steps so I don't have to kind of boost jump into my base every time. And that's our 1 salvage data. That's it. Okay. Oh. Stone alloy. See if we can put that on. So that would be this thing. Go into the camera mode. That it costs 35 carbon in. Step. And I have, I'm just going to you know what? Go to the space station. You can sell that stuff up here. All right, we're on our way to the space station. That's part of our quest, actually. They're asking me to ask some questions up on the space station. So I'm not sure I've been there yet. Regardless, we will pulse over as soon as I can get it on my screen here. And okay, normally you can actually tag that thing, but it doesn't appear that I can at this point. I might run out of fuel before I get there. It's like 35 seconds away. So this will be the last action I take on this stream. So for those of you still around, thanks very much for watching. I appreciate your time for sure. Like and subscribe, hit the notification bell if you're interested in seeing this on Saturday mornings. Yeah, so let's see what goes on in here. But we should have at least a number of Gek life forms on this station. There will quite possibly be other life forms here, and maybe even a traveler. All that stuff we can go through as we encounter it. The main thing right now will be to basically ask those questions. I'm just going to get out and create that save, and let's see, go into photo mode here. And we'll call that a stream for now. I'll probably make this my new thumbnail. Thanks again for watching. Appreciate your time enormously. Next Saturday, we're going to take it from here and see what the deal is with all this inquiry in my in my log is, and see where it leads us from there. And hopefully we won't be doing too much boring surfing on the planet, stuff like that. Adventures. All right. Thanks again for watching, and cheers for now.